Hello everybody, and welcome back to XCOM Enemy Within, episode 21. Now in the last episode, we did some really exciting things. Namely, we got our hands on our first psionic operatives. I guess I forgot to save when I gave them both, when I looked at their psi abilities. Either way, they both have Mind Fray.
We've done
Now,
some big
what else
things
did we
here,
do? We
but I have to
also
admit, my team and I are most proud of the
some
work we put into the firestorm.
Shush. Thank you. We also made some firestorms, which are currently being armed with the Phoenix Cannon. Really exciting. Hopefully they will actually get to see some use. Now then, let's continue scanning. We are, of course, going to get the Archangel armor. Now, what this does is this allows us to fly. We essentially gain a jetpack.
We were only able to recover the suit's central core, although the pilot's corpse also survived intact. The armor itself is quite interesting. The design is highly responsive while still providing extraordinary strength.
Something we should incorporate into our mechs once we can get the meld for it. But we can't do that by just sitting around, so we may as well continue scanning.
Thanks to the
Unfortunately,
aliens, our engineering team has managed to negate billions of dollars in traditional aerospace development with a single ship.
as I was saying, unfortunately, it looks like Russia might drop out of the XCOM project this time. Alright, and just like that, we got what was...
The men are calling this beast the Berserker, although it shares the same structure as the Muton. For reasons yet unknown to us, the Berserker seems to be consumed by bloodlust with little regard for its own safety.
Hopefully that Berserker autopsy will end up to be something valuable for us. As I was saying, that sound of almost 15, or not almost 15, of well over half a dozen notifications at once was, I'll admit, slightly glorious. Now then, panic in Australia. So it looks like there is an exalt base present. So let's be sure to send in Matthew Hawkins.
Covert operative deployed to disrupt exalt.
While it might seem weird to send one of our few psionic operatives in, he is still a pistol sniper. Given the fact that he will be stuck with basically only pistols, it's a good idea. We get an adrenaline shot and neural dampening. Well, while it is certainly very interesting, I think we would honestly be better off sticking to the neural feedback, because that actually does damage to the enemy and has the possibility of killing. Anyway, the Council report
Commander, we've just
confirms
lost
our
the
fears that
support of
Russia
another
withdraws.
council
At this point,
member. Excellent work, Commander.
At this point,
council is pleased to
Europe
see
is
our
the only
continued support of
country
this
with
project has
everyone
been
still in it.
worthwhile.
Meaning it
We
is the
hope
only
that your
country,
current
or meaning it is
successes
the only
will
nation
mark
that we
the
can actually get the
enduring
bonus
effort
from.
to eliminate the extraterrestrial
But we
threat.
go through and do another round of
We
psi
will be
testing,
in
which
touch,
gives
Commander.
us 3 psionically gifted operatives. And not only that, one of them was a captain. Granted, a unmodified captain, but that is something we can swiftly remedy. God, the other was the support we've taken on almost every mission. Looks like I also forgot to give, or to promote our rookie. Hopefully, these psionic operatives will do nothing but benefit us. So we may as well continue scanning, which gives us the covert action. And it looks like, finally,
We're confident that you'll handle this matter with discretion.
finally we can actually test out our
The new
psionic
engineers arrived
abilities.
this morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
But first, let's get ourselves
Mark it in the history books.
Archangel armor.
This is the end of an era for mankind. Even after we've defeated the remaining aliens, what then? Have we sacrificed our own humanity for a taste of their technology? And if we manage to exploit this power further, do we risk being consumed by it, presumably just as they were?
Very much an interesting thought. I have definitely wondered
Excellent.
what would happen to these operatives after XCOM. Like, how would they be
It can be a
integrated
powerful
back into
feeling
the
being
world?
in the air without a tether. Just keep a close eye on your power levels. This suit isn't meant for long-distance travel.
May not be meant for long distance travels, but that is not what we are going to use it for. However, this does free up another suit of Titan armor, which we should probably give to the Evie over the sniper. Either way, let's get started.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
Scans indicate an exalt cell currently operating in Australia. We'll need to secure the area while... One of our covert operatives was nearly successful in hacking a series of exalt comm relays when enemy forces moved into the area. If we're going to have any chance of recovering that data, we'll need Strike One to provide protection while the operative finishes hacking the remaining arrays. If we lose the operative, we won't be able to recover the intel. New objective received.
Alright, it is yet another relay mission. Not too bad considering that, well, we have
Scanners up
plenty
and
of
running.
toys to play with for the very first time. Throwing out a battle scanner just to confirm that there is no one in the immediate vicinity and that we can dash up somewhat safely. Now, when we do get enough meld to start giving more of our operatives gene mods, this current psionic assault will be the first to get pneumatic skin at the very least. Most likely adaptive bone marrow as well.
That's affirmative.
But that's in the
Good to go.
future. For now, we're just going to move everybody up. Being sure to put Cyclops on the high ground.
Solid copy, Commander.
Alright, let's have Cyclops go on Overwatch. And send
Running.
Matthew Hawkins dashing down to the low ground. Now then, we definitely should have given him a laser pistol, but hopefully it won't matter all too much. For now, everyone goes on Overwatch.
What was that sound?
Alright, and it looks like this time exalt are going to be on the opposite side of the building. I probably
We
should
have an
start off with the
operative
other
in position to
relay,
begin the hack, Commander.
but here we
Just have
are.
to activate the relay to acquire the data. Our operative decrypted some of the exalt data and temporarily disrupted their communications. That ought to slow them down. Now we just need to find and hack the remaining relays.
Alright, and it looks like sending our pneumatic skin, I can't click on him, sending Mr. Kong Chen up does reveal some, exalt. So, so we put everyone on Overwatch, and I say we give this newfound Archangel armor a test flight. Something we probably shouldn't have done, but
I'm on the move.
this mission should be over relatively quickly, so hopefully that won't bite us too bad.
Position confirmed.
Speaking of hopefully not biting us too bad, these flower pots are a bit of a pain to move on to, so I accidentally wasted a turn. Not a big deal, hopefully, but somewhat inconvenient. An exalt operative runs in and takes a whole bunch of reaction fire, being capped off by a shot from Mr. Cyclops. Another operative moves in, prompting yet more reaction fire from our assault, which misses. Does at least mean we can move Kong around the corner where he finds nothing, and we can and we get to test out Mind Fry with a 40% chance to hit. Unfortunately, it does fail, but that's not a very big deal. I've always moved on Hamilton, using more of her fuel, and also having her somehow use her laser rifle as a traditional pistol, but what the hell, when you're Don Hamilton, I suppose you could just do that. I don't remember adding that gene mod. That joke's unfunny, I'm sorry. We move up to try and take a 79%, which goes wide. So, what we definitely can do, or what we should have done, is opened up with Alexei, who is going to suppress the enemy.
Need a resupply.
Which will also auto-target them.
Got it covered.
So, another 79% to hit. This time it connects.
Target acquired.
Both the trio of enemies moves up, prompting reaction fire from Mr. Kong, but they are still only on laser weapons, so it is not too much of an issue. Granted, it is exceedingly inconvenient. Speaking of which, that car explodes. I really do wish it hadn't done that. So, let's move Don Hamilton so that she can get on top of the building, using most of her jetpack fuel to get there. So, we have a bunch of 55s that we can take, but let's still try and move people up to support. Being sure to also send Cyclops down through the store.
Moving to position.
Aye, aye, Commander.
We're also going to move up Alexei but being sure to allow him to reload before any shooting really picks up. So, let's take a 55%, which connects and takes out one of the exalt ports, I believe. So we end the turn with 2 overwatches. As an exalt sniper moves up and reloads, and another exalt support moves up right next to them. Now at this point it is a real shame that we don't have a
Coming in.
that we don't have, sorry, I was distracted by John Hamilton's flight for some reason. It's a real shame that we don't have any heavies or grenadiers
On the move.
within rocket distance.
Moving to
So,
position.
let's move people away from cars. As we have already seen on this mission, they tend to explode around here.
Head into that location.
Let's see if we can't. Nope. Alright. Let's try another mind fray. 40% chance, but so is the pistol. That also fails. And Cyclops is just going to go on Overwatch. Alright. So, let's move Mr. Kong slightly further up so he gets a 66. I'll admit the main reason I did that was to allow Matthew Hawkins to move over there and start using, and hack the relay on the next turn, hopefully. Alright, they hit us with a laser sniper rifle, which deals 9 damage off of a critical hit. The other operative moves into Mr. Kong's close combat specialist, which luckily for the enemy does nothing. He also moves into point blank range to take a shot at Mr. Chen, which is pretty rude if you ask me.
That's the last of the relays, Commander. We've got Exalt's data. Now we just need to get the operative to the evac zone. We have a new objective.
So we move up our
I'm on it, Commander.
so we move up Matthew Hawkins to take the not the intelligence, but to hack the relay. We're going to have our support kill
X-ray
off
neutralized.
the enemy support.
Set him up, knock him down.
And we are also going to waste
Roger
a
that.
running gun. Because I'm an idiot.
Moving to
Don't let
position.
anyone tell you otherwise. Not that anyone would tell you otherwise. So we just move everybody up.
On my way.
Of course, all that really needs to happen is Matthew Hawkins needs to get to the evac zone. Past that, everything else is secondary.
They're backing up. Advance.
Now, unfortunately, I didn't show off, the power of the Archangel armor. And it also seems like using your laser sniper rifle as a pistol is a common occurrence. Cyclops does it as well. But, at least he crits, and our assault takes out the last remaining sniper on the map before 2 more Exalt operatives come in. One being hit, or I guess grazed would be a more accurate term, by Don Hamilton. So we may as well take a 48 on the Mind Fray. which fails again. It's gonna hit one of these days. So, both of our assaults move inside so that they can be in full cover. We are also going to flush out this exalt support, or not. Honestly, thought that would work. We're of course saving Don Hamilton, so everybody else can get some experience, including Cyclops. He takes a 78 with his headshot and takes out the exalt support. So, because I'm determined to get a mind fray on this mission, we move around the corner and take another 42, which fails yet again. Starting to think that percentage is lying to me because I've taken like 3 42% chances and not a single one has worked. So we start dashing Matthew Hawkins to get into the Sky Ranger. And we move Alexei to Overwatch in case that support decides to come around the corner. Or I guess in case more enemies decide to show their heads. That exalt. Because that support takes 1 shot from Don Hamilton and takes 2 shots from Don Hamilton. Shouldn't feel bad though. Many mutants have fallen to that ability. Unfortunately, 2 exalt operatives drop down relatively close to Matthew Hawkins. Inconvenient, but hopefully completely recoverable. Unfortunately, Don Hamilton can't take a shot. She can at least pistol Overwatch. And it looks like the Sky Ranger is just barely outside of Matthew Hawkins' range. So we're going to send him back inside and have him hunker down.
Double time.
We're going to move everybody up to the window, or as many people as we can, at the very least.
10-4.
Unfortunately, or hopefully, rather, our, more experienced assault, who I forgot the name of, Kong, that's it. Hopefully Kong will be available by the next mission, given his adaptive bone marrow, and the fast recovery thing that we got a very long time ago. I believe close to 10 episodes ago. Either way, the support moves up, prompting reaction shots from Don Hamilton. And the sniper takes a shot at our support, which connects and puts him on relatively low health. So he's going to use his medkit to heal himself back up. Again, we're going to save Don Hamilton in case we absolutely need her to, well, take care of everybody. Gonna fire off a rocket at the Exalt Sniper, which, combined with the explosion of the car he was standing next to, eliminates him in one fell swoop. I'm of course dedicated to hit this mind fray, so 48%. There it goes. Finally connecting and dealing 5 whole damage. Not exactly what I would call worth the wait. But at least we managed to get it to connect on this mission. So, we're just going to move Mr. Kong around the corner to take a 55%, which connects. Don Hamilton may as well go on Overwatch. Cyclops will reload his weapon. Don't let those things fool you. Those what sound like chunks fool you. I'm pretty sure that's just the music. Not to mention, I don't even think Exalt have any mechs. But I could be wrong, I am far from an expert on this game. Either way, it's another heavy who would take a 75% to hit if we had the ammo for it. So, our support is going to take a 69% to hit, which does not connect. Still saving Don Hamilton. Fortunately, Cyclops does not have a line of fire, and still doesn't, because he can only see them thanks to his squad sight ability. You may as well have Don Hamilton soften up the first enemy. For damage, not to mention her double tap ability, which I'm sure will be used. So, our other assault is also going to use running gun. However, this time it was even more wasted. Actually, no, that's still less wasteful. Either way, 2 operatives next to a car. I'm sure that can only end well. And Hawkins is going to take a 60% pistol. Connects, dealing 3 damage. We really should have given this man a laser pistol. Don Hamilton takes in a shot, dealing only 4 damage. That one was forced to end the turn, with the car pulling up, hopefully not killing anybody.
They're trying to pull back.
But Exalt also fires off a rocket, which unfortunately does kill one of our psionic operatives, and leaves our pistol sniper very wounded.
Incoming fire.
A shot is also taken at our heavy, but this one goes wide. Mr. Chen's forced to reload.
Roger, tracking.
And our other assault can get revenge for our support. We're going to use suppression, which will also hollow target the enemy sniper.
Back online.
Don Hamilton's going to reload. Matthew Hawkins is going to go hide behind a car, a decision which hopefully won't come back to bite us. Everyone else is going to move up in Overwatch. Exalt operative uses his action to hunker down, and we dash our rookie into the evac zone.
Our field operative has reached the extraction point with the data, Commander. Strike One can either stay and clear out any other Exalt forces in the area, or head to the evac point for immediate extraction. Objectives updated.
Now, at this point, we can hopefully finish off that final exalt operative. Doesn't look, which appears as though its plan's not going to come to fruition unless Cyclops can hit this 58%, which connects. Very good. Now, at this point, we're just going to move everybody up relatively slowly, so that we can just extract them rather than having to go and kill that last exalt member. Because frankly, I kinda don't want to, especially not after we already lost a support. And because this episode's already coming up on time. Had to. Now that car that sniper was hiding behind blows up, I suppose a touch of irony.
Understood.
Sir Kong gets to the evac zone.
Roger that.
Unfortunately, no one else can this turn.
Let's do this.
But everybody can, hopefully, on the next turn.
Already there.
Thoughts occurred to me that we haven't had very many abduction missions. I suppose it's because of how many, countries we've lost out of the XCOM project.
What the hell was that? Contact.
Watch the flanks.
They're moving to flank me.
Affirmative.
Now, luckily, none of those enemies can do anything on this turn,
Understood. Moving
likely
out.
because they dashed to get here. But, just because they can't do anything doesn't mean that we shouldn't still try and get a few out, which we are absolutely going to do.
Double time.
At least one more for the road. Fresh out goes wide.
Rolling.
88% with a pistol, which will hopefully crit. It connects but deals 1 damage. And let's get out of here. Still, 1 operative lost. Hopefully that won't be the end of the world, though that was one of our only supports, and one of our first psionic operatives. So, still a loss that will be felt. Unfortunately, no one manages to actually level up from that.
Intel decrypted. Possible exalt base locations narrowed.
We've got a large
Continue scanning,
contact, and it's coming
and
in
we
fast.
do
We're
finally
going
get
to
a
have difficult
chance
time
to
keeping up
test
this.
out our firestorm.
We have eyes on the bandit. Closing on target.
Alright, and that looks like a big UFO. Again, unfortunately, we don't have any, bleh. Sorry. We don't have any supports. I don't know why that word was hard for me to find. But also, unfortunately, we're at the end of today's episode. Something that I entirely forgot. So, thank you all so much for watching, and we will deal with that in the next episode. See y'all then.